Hi everyone, this is Dr. Nagamalleswar Rao, Associate Professor from GREAT. In this semester, I will teach HVDC transmission system for 4th BTech. First in it covers general aspects of HVDC transmission system. That means what are the components required for HVDC transmission system. Before going to components of HVDC transmission system, why should we go for HVDC transmission system other than HVAC transmission system? This is the simple layout of HVDC transmission system. What is HVDC transmission system? First of all, HVDC technology is used to transmit the massive electrical energy over a long distances by overhead transmission lines or submarine cables. That means HVDC transmission system means transmitting the massive electrical power over a long distances by use of transmission lines or submarine cables. Submarine cables means underwater. This is a simple layout of HVDC single line diagram of HVDC transmission system. This is the sending end station and receiving end station. Both are connected in between converter station. That means our power system network is divided by 3 groups. First one is generating station, next one is transmission station, third one is distribution system. In generating side, generating stations are installed. That means here represents G1 means generating station 1. All generating stations are connected to common bus. Z1 means bus impedance. Here converter transformer is connected between bus and converter station. And converter transformers are used to step up the voltage depending upon the required levels. Here in HVDC transmission system utilizes the two converter stations. One is rectifier station, another one is inverter station. Rectifier station is installed at sending end side and inverter station is installed at receiving end side. And here receiving end side is nothing but distribution side. Before the distribution network, inverter station is installed. First, reason for AC generation voltage and transmission. What is the reason for AC generation and transmission? Due to the easy of transformation of voltage levels, that is the main advantage. Due to the easy of transformation of voltage levels, that means transformer action is only possible in AC voltage only, not possible in DC voltage. That's why voltage can be either increased or decreased by transformer action. That can be only possible in AC network only. Next, alternating current is universally utilized. The alternating AC current is universally utilized both for generation and load. Load is nothing but distribution and utilization, and also for sometimes transmission also. As I told you, our power system network is divided into 3 groups: generation, transmission, and distribution. Distribution is nothing but loads. Generators are the remote places away from the populated areas, and that is nothing but load centers. Yes, generators are located at the remote places. That means in case of hydroelectric power plants, reservoir dams, in case of thermal power plants, thermal power stations located at the remote places. That means far away from the load centers. Turbine drive synchronous generators giving an output of 15 to 25 kilovolts. That means in generating stations, synchronous generator is driven by turbines that generates the output voltage of a range of 15 to 25 kV. Then that voltage is boosted up to, that means increased to 220 kV or 400 kV depending upon our requirement by step-up transformer in transmission lines to transmit that voltage to load side. That means distribution side. From generating station to distribution side, that voltage will be transmitted by using transmission towers. To reach the loads at homes or industries, it requires safe level transformer step down voltage. Again, at the distribution side, that voltage levels are decreased or step down by means of step down transformers depending upon our requirement. For large scale industries, for small scale industries or medium scale industries, utilizes the different voltage levels depending upon their requirement. That voltage will be step down. Before going to HVDC transmission system, what are the advantages of, what are the comparison between HVDC transmission system over HVAC transmission system? HVAC transmission is having several limitations. HVDC several like line length, uncontrolled power or low voltages during the light load or overload conditions, and stability problems and fault isolation problems. That all type of problems are occurred in AC network. That means skin effect, line length. If line length increases, capacitance effect and inductance effect are increased. That means skin effect, corona effect, and Ferranti effects are increased. Due to that effects, losses will be more. The advantage of HVDC is ability to transmit the large amount of power over a long distances with lower capital cost with lower losses than AC. That means if you design the any transmission network, we should consider the initial cost as well as operation cost. Initial cost means conductor cost, transmission tower cost, insulators and terminal equipment. Operational cost means line losses. In case of DC transmission, only 2 conductors are used. In case of AC transmission, 3 conductors are used. That is if the same amount of transmitting of power, the 2 conductors are transmit the same amount of power as compared to AC transmission lines. HVDC transmission allows efficient use of energy sources remote from the load centers. Yes, HVDC transmission allows the efficient use of energy sources remote from the load centers. HVDC transmitting the power from generating stations to distribution center effectively, efficiently, with low losses. That means here uses only 2 conductors. That is all. Depending on the voltage levels and construction details, losses are also quoted as about 3% per 1000 kilometers. Yes, depending upon the construction details and losses, in case of DC transmission, 3% per 1000 kilometers. In a number of applications of HVDC, it has more effective than the AC transmission system. Examples: undersea cables where the high capacitance causes additional AC losses. During the AC losses, capacitance is present. 50 kilometers underwater, under a submarine cable is installed in between Sweden and Germany, Baltic cable. Similarly, 600 kilometers is connected between Norway and Netherlands. In HVDC long transmission, without intermediate taps, for example, remote areas. In HVDC transmission system, tappings are not possible. That means the same amount of power can be transmitted from sending end to receiving end. There is no possible of tappings. That means generating stations to distribution side, same amount of power can be transmitted. Next, increasing the capacity of existing power grid in situations where the additional wires are difficult to expensive to install. Due to the increasing of demand, day by day, power demand is increasing. That's why additional wires are difficult to or expensive to the installed. Power transmission and stabilization between the unsynchronized AC distribution system. Using the HVDC transmission system, it interconnects the unsynchronized AC distribution system. That means sending end side 58 G is available, receiving end side 68 G is available. Both AC networks will be connected by HVDC transmission system by means of inverter station. That is only possible in DC transmission network. Next, connecting a remote generating plant to distribution grid. It is possible in DC network only. Yes, generating stations are located at remote areas where the coal mines are available. Rural areas or remote places. It connects the generating stations to remote area to distribution grid. Distribution grid means load centers. It also connects the asynchronous operation is possible between the region having the different electrical parameters. As in DC transmission, frequency is absent. That's why it operates asynchronous operation is also possible in HVDC transmission system. In facilities to facilitate power transmission between the different countries that uses AC at different voltages, different frequencies. Yes, that is possible in DC transmission only. Why? Because frequency is absent. Now, reduce the cost. Fewer conductors. As I told you, only 2 conductors are required as compared to 3 conductors. In case of the AC transmission line, 3 conductors are required. In case of HVDC DC network, only 2 conductors are required. That's why fewer conductors are required. Thin conductor, since HVDC does not suffer from the skin effect. Yes, there is no skin effect in HVDC transmission system. Completely absent in HVDC transmission system. That's why losses are less. In case of HVAC transmission system, skin effect is present. That means current is concentrated in outermost of the conductor. That's why diameter of the conductor is required. That skin effect is directly proportional to frequency. In case of HVDC transmission system, frequency is absent. That's why they are absent due to absent of skin effect. HVDC transmission system power losses are less, and diameter of the conductor is also less for transmitting the same amount of power. In case of HVDC transmission system, is lesser insulation is required to AC transmission system.